What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Cash Talks Experience. I am here with my special guest, Mr. Kevin Flynn, y'all. Let's give it up for Mr. Kevin Flynn. You know, Kevin, if you give me an opportunity for a moment, I do have to say happy Women's History Month. I want to say happy Women's History Month to all of the ladies, for doing your thing, being resilient and all of those things. So happy Month, Women's History Month out there. I had to say that because this is the month to represent. So thank you for allowing the opportunity. But I want to turn it back over to you, Mr. Kevin Flynn, the founder of Little House Films, director, writer, okay, producer, all of those things, right? Thank you so much for being on the show. I
Yes, ma'am.
appreciate you. Yes, it's a pleasure
Thank
to
you for
have you.
inviting
So I'm gonna start off by asking you a few questions
Okay.
because, well, first of all, I have to let everybody know how we met because, my cousin had told me, he was like, come down here for this, I want you to be an extra in this show. It's my man Kevin Flynn down here, and I'm like, I'm on my way. I said, what am I supposed to do? He's like, you got to get dressed to impress and get on down here. And what did I do? I did it. Okay. I went
to
down
impress.
there and came down, and I was an extra in your show, your movie.
It was Loser.
Yes, it was, which was amazing.
Now you started as an extra
I did.
and turned out to get the whole role.
That's right.
Well, it was
which
a
got
small
me.
part, but
It was, but I mean, I have to say this, that you got me started in acting, and with just that opportunity, it has now taken me to a whole nother level. And so I appreciate you for that. I have to give you your flowers for that and let you know that I appreciate you for giving me that opportunity, for sure. So thank you
I
for that.
definitely appreciate it.
Yes,
I
thank
do.
you so much. Yes. All right, so we're gonna dive into some questions because you've been quiet for a minute, but you have always had some things going on. And I know that because I sit back and watch. Oh, what he got going on next? So what first inspired you to step into directing? So I want to start with that. What inspired you to first step into directing?
I couldn't find anybody to make my movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, first movie, through the course of a day, I saw a post. A guy was saying, if you want to get a movie made, holler at me. I hollered at him. I never got a response, but the movie was burning.
Yeah.
And I just graduated school, and I couldn't find anybody to help me, so I just did it myself. And that was history.
History. I mean, you have Little House Films as well. So I mean, how did you get all of that started? Because you were directing, but you also started your business, Little House Films.
So actually, it's funny again, because at first it was called Immaculate Concepts.
Okay.
So when I was doing the auditions for through the course of a day, somebody came to my house and I said, "Welcome to my little house." And
Okay.
it stuck with me. And I was like, because my intention was to start making small films, but use different rooms of the house
Okay.
so I can make it look always like something different.
Hmm.
So that was kind of the idea, but that name stuck with me. And, it's a little house, humble beginnings. And one day my little house going to be a big house.
Yeah, absolutely. You're on your way. And you are always humble. Like you have always been, being around you, you have always like been humble with everything because we run into things, right?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
When you're trying to build your business for sure.
Absolutely.
So was there a defining moment when you realized storytelling was your calling? Because when you write films, you tell a story.
Yes, ma'am.
So when did you realize that?
Um, Actually, when I started rapping, so
You a rapper too?
that was one of my first loves.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, outside of like breakdancing, but as a child, I had an imagination.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I had imaginary friends. You know how people have an imaginary friend?
Yeah.
I had like an imaginary gang.
Okay.
I had a crew, and I had these stories, and it was my escape
Hmm.
from the life that I was living. And from there it just developed. I always just had characters in my head and thoughts and stories. So I can't say exactly where. I've just always had a love for it. I don't know where it came from, I know as a youngster, my stepfather, he managed the Northwest and the Mercury Theater. So we was always at the movies. I saw tons of movies I shouldn't have saw, movies that was okay for me to see. My mother was an actress, phenomenal woman. Played the piano, she could sing, just phenomenal. So, and she had a love for film too.
Okay.
So I believe that that's where it developed all through school. And then, to be an MC, you got to know how to tell stories and come up with stuff off the top of the head. So that's always been a 99 percentile when it comes to literature and English and writing. So, I've always had that gift. And I say that humbly. I'm not being arrogant about it. I've just always had that gift naturally.
Yeah. I mean, because you can say it naturally, right? Because your mom, you said she was an actress, so you were around that stuff, but
Yes,
but it was in you.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean? So it's that is humbling that you have that gift, right? A lot of people don't even realize that they have those gifts until later on in life. You started really young.
I didn't recognize it then. It wasn't until later that I said, you know what, you can really write. I never wanted to feel arrogant, like it's people I didn't want to feel arrogant. That's all.
Yeah.
But it was later on when I realized that, boy, you have a gift and you can go ahead and put it to use. My teachers told me and everyone. But I was one of them kids that I wasn't trying to hear that really.
Yeah. All right. I had to let you say that, get that off your chest, So what was one obstacle early in your career that almost made you quit? Has anything ever made you? Yeah. An obstacle.
Trying to get distribution. The rules are so tight now, as opposed to what it used to be. Some of the stuff I get flagged for and trouble for, it's like I've seen this before. Why? It's really tough just trying to get distribution. Other than that, you deal with people. People are always peopling.
People are always peopling. Yes. Yeah, definitely. And with obstacles, it helps you grow.
Absolutely.
The one thing that I notice about everybody that I normally bring on the show is that going through those obstacles helps you move to the next level and keep going. And what I've always noticed is that leaders create leaders, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I just feel like those obstacles just help you keep going,
Absolutely.
Because I've been just watching you still keep going, even with those stops.
And I've had some setbacks. And
Yep.
Without setbacks, what do you have? You have to have the obstacle to grow. That is the truth.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's first of all, I want to just say I want you all to go like, share, subscribe, hit the hype button.
Hit the hype button,
hit
y'all.
that hype button for the Cash Talks Experience. You guys can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We're everywhere. So go hit it, okay? And where can they find you, Kevin? I want you to let everybody know as well. Like, where can they find you?
On Kevin Flynn. Instagram under Little House Films.
Yes.
Twitter or X under Little House Films. I mean, Kev the filmmaker.
Yeah.
And Threads under Little House Films.
There you go.
And YouTube under Little House Films.
All right. Thank you for that. All right.
Yes, Little House Films with a Z. I apologize.
There you go. No, let them know because I want them to have the right spelling.
Houze. Little Houze Films.
Yeah. Yeah, so they can get it right and follow you, okay? All right, so we'll dive back into this. So when did you start, when you start a new project, what comes first, the story, the character, or the message?
I would probably say it really depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes the story starts with somebody saying something.
Yeah.
Loser started with me coming home from jail. It's just a circumstance. When I was in jail, I was writing a journal.
Okay.
Called Journal of a Broken Man, which I'm still thinking about finishing it. And my boy read it. He was like, man, you should make this a movie. So that's what I did. Capping started. Listen,
Yeah.
Capping started with my baby. So I used to,
Tell them the story, y'all.
I was working from home and I had my screen set up.
Okay.
And my baby came out the bedroom with, I think she had either a lingerie or a bathrobe or something. And I'm like, baby, get back in the room. They can see you. Now, mind you, we hadn't started work yet.
My girl Trina, okay. That's what we talking about.
And so from that, it just started developing. What if this happened? Oh, imagine this. Or imagine that. And the first person that came to mind before I put pen to paper was Vic.
Yeah. Slick Vic. Yeah. Buddy.
First person I said, I got a movie. I want you to play this role in. And so from there, that's where it started. So normally, it just starts with something that happens, something somebody says, something funny that I see, a bad situation that I see. And I say, you know, that could be a movie. So it's never
an order.
It's just, and then I put it together like that. Now, along the way, the character becomes important. I got to figure out how to design the movie around this character, how they move, what their inner workings are, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It takes me a minute to write a movie. You know, it's in the development stage, Loser. I started writing Loser in 2005. Probably finished it around 2020.
Okay.
Most of my movies are like that.
Yeah.
I can't just sit.
Yeah, you got to put it together.
Yeah. I take my time, and I try to develop a good story.
Is Loser out now?
No.
Okay.
It had to. It was out on Amazon. We had to take it down. I got new distribution, and we had to do a few things to it. So
okay.
It'll be back out soon. Streaming.
Yes.
Very soon.
Yes.
Y'all make sure you look for that. Capping. I do have a movie out on Tubi called The Weekend.
Okay.
It's one of my first. It's my second movie that I made when I thought I was a filmmaker. Probably not my best.
Okay.
But it's worth the watch.
Absolutely.
Good story.
Yep. I actually got an opportunity to. Yeah. I got a chance to watch The Weekend.
Did you like it?
I did.
You guys just saying that.
No. Let me tell you. Y'all know Cash Talks. Keep it real. No, I actually did like it. Okay. Yeah, I did. It threw me off. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
like, whoa.
As long as it threw you off.
It threw me off a little bit. I said, hold on a second now. What we got going on up in here?
So y'all make sure you watch that. Because I wrote it specifically for women.
Yeah, you did.
Women sometimes don't like to fight back. Says fight back. You got hot grits. I'm an advocate. I mean, we're talking about Women's Month, right?
Absolutely.
Listen,
absolutely.
I'm an advocate for women's self-defense.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree with that. And that movie did talk a lot about, defending yourself. It did. It showed all of that. Because you can be in situations that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. Yeah, you can. And there's a lot of women that are. So yeah, it's a good watch. You guys should go watch it for sure. I did get a chance to watch it. So I need to ask this question. Where do you find inspiration for the stories you tell? Where does the inspiration come from?
Outside.
Outside.
As soon as, everywhere. Everything inspires me.
Yeah.
I look at my cat sometimes and be like, you know what? I can make a whole cartoon about it. I get inspired by everything. It again, it can be a sentence. It can be,
yeah.
Inspiration just comes to me. There's a saying that, and I like to say this. It says, if the waters were ink and the trees were pen, you could not exhaust the wisdom of Allah. Sometimes I feel like that about my writing. Not to be funny, but my inspiration is like, you cannot exhaust it. at my age and as long as I've been doing this,
Mm-hmm.
you think, but the ideas every day. I can't even write all the ideas that I have.
Yeah.
I just everything inspires me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm easily inspired, and I can take it there when I see, and it can be the smallest thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I can make a whole movie out of the smallest little thing that I see. So again, Captain, that was a small. It was hilarious.
It was
But out
hilarious.
of that came a whole comedy and a bunch of other stuff.
It's
So
definitely. I've been capping y'all. Once it comes out, you have to check it out. I
she went
play.
crazy.
Thank you. I played grandma. Okay. I did, but it was amazing, and I think that, and I love the fact that you challenged me in that role. So you really did. You challenged it, really, and I appreciate that because, like I said, you started me with the acting, and it's been going ever since. So I do appreciate that. I do have to say that.
It feels good to be acknowledged and appreciated.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I like working with new actors.
Yeah.
The problem is they like I don't even know how to say it. They like treat you like like you're a nobody.
So new actors treat you like that?
Man,
He had to take a drink. Okay. What? Okay. So you talk to me a little bit about that because that's
it's kind of understandable. I like working with new actors, people that people overlook because I was overlooked, and people underestimate you. And even with you, a lot of the people that I work with turn out to be phenomenal. Like y'all miss gems over here, overlooking them because you are used to working with who you used, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, it's so much raw talent out here. I love working with raw talent. It's just when you get the raw talent and you give them an opportunity and other people come along, they don't say, hey, thank you, Kev. It's like, who are you? You know what I mean? And that it kind of bothers you, but at the same time, it's understandable. People be peopling.
Yeah.
They're doing their thing. But when I see people that started with me and they advancing, like this is amazing. It really puts a smile on me. When I see their family come to the premiere and they're happy and they laughing or crying or whatever emotion it evokes, I like to see the family smile. Seeing their child or cousin or whoever, do their thing, and they usually do a good job. Because I try to press actors to do better than what you can do. I'm never trying to be mean. I'm trying to get something out of an actor that I know is in.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely do that. I mean, I'm a witness of that,
I've been told I'm a little mean. I don't think I'm mean.
I don't think it's mean. I think, for me, like, experiencing everything that we did when we were on set, right? I mean, you have to have respect for everybody that's on set because you have to be a team to work together.
Right.
And I feel like that is what you brought when it came down to, being on set, being a part of this. You brought that to us, hey, we would joke and play around, but when it was time to get to work, it's time to get to work, right? But you also want to put that work in because of the outcomes, right? So I'm shocked that you say, new actors who are just starting telling you to go ahead on, who are you? That's interesting to me.
Yeah, but it's kind of expected. People do what they do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get it. It just throws me off a little bit because, somebody like me, I'm appreciative of the opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you know, like you and I will always tell people where I started, how I got started and who it was with because of what you taught us. So thank you again for that. All right. So how do you say, this is a question because this is actually going to piggyback off of what we're talking about. How do you stay authentic in an industry that often pushes trends?
I've never been a follower of trends. I've always been the person. I've never been in the matrix ever. People always say, "Oh, you try to go against the grain on purpose," and I don't. I just wait. Can I cuss?
What's your cuss word?
I recognize bullshit when I see it. Like my heart filters out the BS immediately, and I examine. I look into things. I think I'm a deep thinker. I don't try to do it on purpose, but I'm not a surface dweller. And so what I write, I don't write for people. I know the life that I lived and what I've seen and been through and what I know is enough to connect to probably anybody, no matter what type of life. You can be a gangster, a Christian, it don't matter. I can connect with you because I've walked all those roads. Not necessarily Christian like, but you know, I've had my religious spats.
Yeah.
We all go through it. And I write from the heart. I don't try to follow the trend. You gotta have, somebody say you gotta have sex in your movie. No, you don't.
Yeah.
If you're a good writer,
yeah, you don't.
You just gotta pen and paper and put it out there. And when you write from the heart, people will accept it. I may not be the multi-million-dollar seller or whatever, but there will be people that can relate to any story that I write.
Yeah, definitely.
Excuse me, because I'm from the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm from the bottom. We gonna get it.
Yeah.
People at the top will get it because it's still a little taste of intellectual suave in there somewhere, for a lack of better words.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. All right. So what's one message? What I have to ask you is, what's one message you want the world to hear through your stories?
Woo. It is not one message. It is so many messages. One of the main messages is Black people are not animals. We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. We have been put in a situation that people see the results, the end result of what 400 something years of subjugation can do to a people. We are not animals. We are not savages. We are God. That is one message. If you watch any of my movies, if you ever hear me talk about anything, you will always hear me talk about us as a people, our struggle, what we go through. That's what my movies I try to relate and try to get out. That I try to hold up a mirror to Black people because we can do so much better. The dislike that we have for each other for no reason. Black woman against a Black man. Black men ain't this, Black women ain't that, but nobody goes to the root of our situation. And the root of our situation, whether we want to admit it or not, is slavery. The reason we hate each other like we do, the reason men walk out on families like they do, all of this can be traced back to slavery. So the message that I always try to put out in any movie that I make is in there somewhere. It might be a little gem, but I'm always drop gem about us and our history and what we need to do to improve ourselves. Yeah. That's always my message in my movies.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that. And you're absolutely right about that, because your movies too. You will catch one gem in there that you'll catch a piece of it in there. And that's what I love about that too, because you will say that. And you speak a lot about that as well. Yes, you can go on your page, you speak a lot about it too. Yes, so I appreciate you mentioning that for sure.
I love Black people.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, yes, you do. And I do too. Hey, love our people for sure. Is there any advice that you would give or want to give the viewers probably in your situation or doing the things that you're doing that's probably feeling like they can't keep pushing forward. What is some advice you can give them?
Don't ever give up. At my age, that's another reason for Little House filmed and the symbol being the beat. Because most people in my age, they would tell you, "Oh, you should have been gave up. What you still trying to do this or do that?" And life throw you curveballs, and
Yeah.
life just be life, and it'll throw you off if you let it. But man, you have to understand that age don't matter. Nothing matters as long as you're striving and you're grinding. Don't let nobody talk down on you and your grind and whatever you're trying to do and accomplish, because at the end of the day, you can be, with your what they call it, your sickle trying to go through the mine, and then you give up. 3 feet away is the mine of diamonds, and you just stop mining because you felt like, oh, this is useless. And I'm still mining. I know there's some diamonds in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, absolutely.
Never give up. That is my main message. Never. And to the fellas, let me say this to the fellas, especially the young guys. Never, ever, and I know this may sound cruel, never, ever, ever, ever stop following your dreams because of a woman and a child. I know this sounds cruel, but hear me out. At the end of the day, if you succeed, you good, and you can take care of your family. But if you don't, you will resent your child, the woman, and she will resent you because guess what? You can't take care of business. But if you pursue your dream, more than likely you can make it and you can do it, and you can always get back and say, hey, I had to do what I had to do to get here. So please follow your dreams.
I love that. You're going to start me to tearing up in here? That's what you're going to do? Listen, everybody, it's your girl Cash Talks with the Cash Talks Experience. I have had my special guest, Mr. Kevin Flynn, on the show. That was an amazing message, and I love the fact that you said never give up. Majority of the guests come on and say that, and I love when you all touch on that, because that's something that people need to hear. They need to hear that all the time. Never give up on your dreams. Keep going. Stay inspired. Keep those little dreams, like you said when you were younger. Keep all of that within you, because it, again, like you said, it doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter any of that. You keep going and keep pursuing.
People will try to talk you out of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They will
put you down there, laugh at you.
Yeah.
Just be to yourself if you have to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great message. So, all right, it's your girl Cash Talks, the Cash Talks Experience, with my special guest, Mr. Kevin Flynn. Thank you so much again for coming on the show. We're signing out. Have a good night, everybody.
Hey.